Good afternoon, everybody out there in YouTube world. We're doing another aquaponics update. I did some modifications to the drains, and I'll show you those guys here right now. Here you can see these holes. That's where the original drains were for the grow beds. But I had an issue with filling since I'm only using gravity now. So I saw a video on YouTube from Donald Porta's channel. Thank you, Mr. Porta. Your videos are awesome. But he did something interesting. He took and linked them together so that 4 beds were linked together as one. So I tried to copy what he did a little bit. I got rid of the bell siphons. Like here you can see this is what they looked like, but I can just take that right out. You know, I don't even need that anymore. And then down at the bottom here, I have a 1.5 inch tube, PVC tube with an end cap on it. And then I just took a saw and I sliced a bunch of holes around that thing so that the water could drain out, and then I can now utilize the entire grow bed without having a bell siphon right here and here. Like if you see on this one, this is what it used to look like, and this one over here. I haven't converted those yet because I haven't had time, but anyways, we'll get back to the way I have these linked together here. So it's elbow to a T-fitting, over here to another T-fitting, and over here I have a little funky design for this to make it work, because there's another T-fitting and I had to take a bunch of elbows to kind of make a corner there, and then they go around here into this 5-gallon bucket. And as you can see, the water's like a reddish pink color. That's from the chelated iron that I'm using. But down here, I don't know if you can see it or not, there's the inlet. And then once this fills up, I use the bell siphon here to evacuate all the water out. And then the water goes out this pipe, out the bottom of the 5-gallon bucket, and then out the side of this one, over here and down into the 4-inch pipe, and then that all drains down into the sump tank. I do need to go through, take all this off and glue it together, because there's a little bit of dripping going on, which is, it's negligible at this point. I don't really care. But I'm going to fix it and glue it together so there's not any major dripping like that, because it does add up over time. But then we'll go to the grow beds and check out some of the new stuff I popped in there today. I just got this shishito sweet pepper from the local hardware store. Popped him in here with this dying apple tree. This thing like grows out leaves and then they die, but I'll just leave that alone. And then here, I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but there's a dragon fruit cactus. I got the seeds from a dragon fruit that I bought at the grocery store. I had never eaten one before and I really liked it. So we'll see what happens with that. And then over here we've got some kohlrabi. I've got 9 of them in here. I also bought these at the hardware store today and just popped them in here. Planting with expanded clay pebbles it's been so awesome, because you could just take the root mass and just put it in your hand and just shove your hand down inside of it and just let go. And I know they look funky. They grow just like the broccoli with a little bend, and then they grow straight up, but we'll see how those go. I've never eaten them. And over here we got some broccoli. I just got these today. Pop those guys in. Over here we've got some killer basil. Stuff smells and tastes fantastic. It's good with a lot of different things. And then randomly throughout here you can see little carrot sprouts. I just sprinkled some around to see what would happen. I wasn't sure if they were going to even grow or not, but it looks like they are growing. And then here we've got indigo rose tomato. Hasn't got any fruit on it yet, but I do have a lot of flowers, lots of growth. So we'll see what happens with that guy. And then back here we've got a yellow cherry tomato. There's 2 of them that grew out of this guy. I bought this at the hardware store as well. And then here we've got some pretty good clusters of tomatoes. Here's like a cluster with a cluster coming off the middle of it. So this is yielding quite a bit of fruit. And then here's the other one. It's got quite a bit on it as well. I look forward to eating some of those. And then we got this one. I don't remember what this one was. We'll find out. It's got lots of flowers coming out. And then here we've got yellow Scotch bonnet. Looks like a couple growing out of there, and some more carrots randomly growing out of there. And then here we've got a poblano ancho hot pepper. I probably said that completely wrong, but anyways, here's a pod. So far we got one. It looks like I'm going to have quite a bit more. So we'll keep an eye on that guy. And we'll go around over here. Here we've got the curly kale, all of this here. Those are growing like gangbusters. They're just going crazy in there. This is the deep water culture. So it's just water in here, water, and then oxygen is being sucked out from the atmosphere here and pulled down and mixed with water inside. And then over here we've got Swiss chard. And I just dropped my camera. Apologize for that, folks. I don't have a computer, so I can't edit any of this crap. As you noticed in all my other videos, there's no editing. I just start recording and run with it. Here we got some deep red, like beautiful red colored Swiss chard. And then here's a pink one, and then here's a yellow and a pink one growing out together. It looks like over here is also a pink one and a yellow one growing out together. Those are growing really well. Here we've got the black eggplant, Black Beauty variety. Got lots of flowers on it, and I looked in one of the flowers earlier inside the pod, and there is fruit growing. And then back here I've got more avocado seeds planted, and then right here there's a tree growing, an avocado tree sprouting from there, and another one here. And then over here we've got white cauliflower. Those are doing really well. Looks like I have 9 of those. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, yep. And here we've got some spinach. Doesn't look like it's doing as well as the rest of the plants. It doesn't look sick or anything. It's just not growing as fast as I'd like, but that's fine. I always have bad luck with spinach anyways. And over here we've got the Ruby Perfection cabbage. If you're growing this stuff at home, keep an eye out for aphids, because they love to get underneath the leaves. They're really big leaves and they can hide under there. I come out here once a day, look under the leaves, like right there's an aphid, and I just kind of squish them with my finger. They're tiny. You just gently squish them, and that usually gets rid of them for a couple of days until they come back. I can't use any pesticides out here because it'll harm the fish. And then up here we've got this big long cantaloupe vine, and there's a cantaloupe fruit hiding up here somewhere. I know I saw it the other day. It may have dropped off, I don't know. There's ants up there doing bad things right now. And over here, here's an avocado tree. I started this one from seed. You can still see the seed, what's left of it. It grows sort of like a chicken embryo, and the chicken embryo would consume the egg yolk on the inside, and then I just compare it to the seed of an avocado because it does something similar. You take the giant seed out and it sprouts out the bottom. It takes a while, and then over time it will grow out the top as a tree like this, consuming the nutrients that's stored inside the seed. I'm pretty excited about that. I like avocados. I think most of you would agree. And over here, here's the sump tank. You've already seen that. Here's the cucumber. It's all beat up from the storm last night, but it's going to be fine. It'll live. And then over here, we've got the biological filter. I was having issues with fish getting killed and then getting sucked into here and then mixing in with my biomedia here, which I always call my grow media for some reason. I keep calling it that, but it's the biomedia. I think in the last video I called it K3, and it's actually K2. The K3 is a little bit more expensive. It has a little bit of a different design and has a larger surface area, but this is good to start with. And then I just put this 4-inch net cup in there to capture the dead fish when they do make it through there, because I have carp. And if anybody knows anything about carp, once they reach a certain size, they just freaking murder each other. They're a bunch of jerks. And in here we've got one Plecostomus. This is the future home of the tilapia. There's one Plecostomus in here, probably gorging himself on algae. But you can't see inside the water because the chelated iron turned it all red, pinkish red colored. And here's where the carp are residing. There's some pretty big ones down there, and I mean, when I say big, I mean like 3 or 4 inches. They're not giant yet, but they do They pick on the smaller ones and they eat their fins and tail fins, and they wind up just dying because they can't swim around, and then they wind up sucked up into the waste filter system. They wind up in here in the solid filter, and then they float to the top, and then they get sucked out into the biological filter. That's fine. And over here, I've been saving these up for a very long time. These are just empty 40-ounce Mickey's bottles. Not promoting Mickey's or drinking, because it's bad, especially if you abuse it. Anyways, I'm not here to lecture you about fucking doing that. I'm going to grow carrots in these, and I'll take you over here and show you something similar that I built last year. See, it's full of carrots now. This is what it'll look like over there, and then you can see the little baby carrots popping out, sprouting out all over the place. Last year I grew quite a few of them, and they did really well in here, so I'm going to do it again on a much larger scale. And over here we've got my potato. It's a red potato. It wasn't even sprouting when I threw it in here. I just pulled it out of the pantry and chucked it in here and let it do its own thing. And there we finally got some sprouting going on. These guys grow pretty quick, but last time I grew one in here I overwatered it and it died. So we'll see what happens with this one. And you can see the mess, projects. I got all kinds of stuff all over the place. Still haven't done anything with this one yet. I had them set up last year, and I had tons and tons of lettuce. I'll do it again this year. I just need the time. And then I got all my extra stuff. Lots of random parts and pieces inside there. Maybe do some more work with this bell siphon too. But anyways, there's the grow beds, and then all the new stuff I got in there, and then the growth from everything else. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, tuning in. If you liked what you saw and you want to learn some more, keep following my videos. Go down, hit that like button, and subscribe. If not, do whatever you want to do. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Don't eat too much, and be good to each other. We're only now on this place for a little bit of time. Be good. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.